Back, ladies and gentlemen, the UMG $200 minimum 4v4 variant taking place here on April 17th. We're happening here toward our quarterfinal matchup taking place between Midnight Gaming and Hydra Gaming. It should be an interesting one to watch. As I said, we're happening in here toward the quarterfinals, map number 1 of our best of 3. And we're loading in here for some St. Marie du Mas. Starting things off here on Restaurant. First hard point of the 4-hill rotation. Definitely one of the hills where you can kind of slack back a little bit. It's not necessarily always about the control when it comes down to this hill. It's really just a matter of kind of setting up for those next spawns. You're going to be inside a winery and inside a parking lot. If you're not new to St. Marie du Mas, I'll kind of coach you along the way. We'll learn this one together, but really you want to be focusing on hill number 2 and hill number 3. That's where you're going to be grabbing the majority of the points on. So with that in mind, I know one gamer tag that might stick out a little bit is ISuck24 with 2 Ks. That's actually going to be Stamino for those who are curious. The only reason why I know that is because I checked the lineup before the game started, and also that's apparently his gamer tag now. Previous player for GGA Blue. Apparently he's trying to motivate himself by changing up his gamer tag, but that's really going to catch me off guard a few times, so just be wary. But it looks like initial time definitely going the way of the opposite team. That's going to be Midnight Gaming with the majority of those points. Actually finding 3 kills despite Neonn desperately trying to hold on, but holding on. The rope will start to slip, and he will lose control of that hard point. As just overall dominance being shown right now from the guys on MG, as ProFeeZy lingering right now, finding kills in quick succession and up close and personal fight. Say goodbye to Zinx, and welcome to your next respawn, as they're all going to be in the back of the base. KiSMET and co are already ready kind of for the next rotation, and that was all off the bats of a beating when it comes down to Winery. I mean, really, they've gotten silenced in these first 2 hard points. They have got to make sure the rotation is set and that it's ready. But you take a look at this. Phantomz in the back of the map has already found himself in a perfect position. No one's watching him. He made it behind enemy lines. And while they're grabbing time, there's about to be a 2-piece granted for Phantomz. Only finds 1. Gets shot tagged on the second. Well, they are spawning back here. We'll see if they can manage to bring back this game. What is a current deficit? And that's being kind about it, just to say the least. But current time going the way of Hydra, as KiSMET ends up dropping inside of the hard point. Zinx just toward the other side has the opportunity to take out Stamino. I just said that really strange. Stamino. I'm not going to lie. At the beginning, when I started casting Stamino back in, I think it was like, I'm back, like as if it's been like years, but like Black Ops 3, I thought it was Stamino, and I thought that for the longest time. And little did I know that he actually got heated every single time someone would pronounce his name incorrectly. I just never knew that his name was Stamino, not Stamino. I just kind of went for the, you know, kind of full pronunciation of it. But regardless, I always remember it is Stamino. It has me staggered again. It makes me want to say something else, but it is Stamino, not ISuck24. So we'll see how he does, I guess. Of course, the new addition for this team. Midnight has been playing with Pemby as of recent, so this is a recent change that was done. I saw this actually announced on Twitter and was not too surprised by it. You know, just trying to kind of increase the lineup, and one thing that Stamino does provide is really consistent overall play, which is what is really nice when it comes into World War II. And Pemby was kind of the main assault rifle player for this team. I think that's what the role issue that they kind of run into is that Glory can kind of be a flex player. Phantomz can also kind of be the main AR player. So you kind of had on this Midnight Gaming team, you had 3 guys who could play the assault rifle role pretty much. 2 of them could really be the flex at all times. So I kind of like the role swap. Totally makes sense to me. You're going to be having you know, Stamino consistently run that SMG from time to time. So I think it works out very nicely for them. And I think the role change overall is going to make them a much better team. As currently, as the first rotations are through with, still a pretty decent advantage for Midnight. But you started to see a little bit of momentum get caught from Hydra, as they are previous tournament winners. Made a roster change, I think, what, like maybe 2 weeks ago? Oh my god, Rain just totally eliminates the head of Glory off, and he is just on a run right now. 3 kills in a row, as getting back toward his teammate Neonn, right? Recent addition to this team, as a matter of maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. He gets put in place of Neonn, which is kind of funny enough, but still trying to make their changes, have really improved themselves as a roster, kind of a young group of players, kind of known for their search and destroy game. But these guys, when it comes down to the hard points, absolutely can dominate you. So this is a big game mode for Hydra Gaming. They're not known for being good rather at search and destroy. So if they can win this hard point, that's going to be a lots of wind in their sails, to say the least. So if you are a Hydra Gaming fan, you're really relying heavily on this hard point, because if not, it's fair to say this could be a very quick and easy 2-0, at least when it comes down to the search and destroy's sake. So with that in mind, rotation toward Winery 1 yet again for Midnight. We'll see how well they can hold on to this one. This is where the game really started to break open in favor of MG, but it looks like player number 6 is going to be here. Neonn finding 2, Zinx finding the 3rd, and just like that, all 4 players from the side of MG on the opposite side of the map. Question being, do they really just kind of set up for the rotation, or do they try to make a last-second push as Glory finds the head of Zinx? As headshots going back and forth, it looks like they will be setting up for the next hard point, but take a look at this. Much similar to where Phantomz was when it was Hydra who won the rotation battle last side around. It's now going to be Neonn, actually, trying to be a little bit of a thorn in the side as a 3-man push is being made here toward the stable's position. And here comes the glide bomb, trying to eliminate one inside of the hill. That's going to get found. And here comes the break. How successful can it be? Trade coming in. Neonn able to secure yet again another kill, but Spawn's actually going toward the opposite end. It looks like it's going to be Stamino along with Phantomz inside of that field area. So they're not having the spawns guaranteed right now. Players start to sequence in from Hydra. Rain ends up falling, but Zinx is still here. Full 4-man rush toward the back lines, and Phantomz ends up dropping 2 kills with the bar nonetheless, and says goodbye to KiSMET as well. 3 kills all found from Phantomz, as right now a 5 streak as a team. Looking pretty good for Midnight. However, they are currently down. Big time being awarded, and it looks like it will be secured here from Phantomz. This is nice time that he's going to be grabbing here, because along with that, he's not too far off of streaks, and it'd be nice for his teammates to kind of secure the hill for him, kind of set him up. Trying to earn something a little bit late, but looks like Stamino doing everything he can, but runs into a full force of Hydra Gaming players. Neonn from the skies ends up taking down 2. 3rd found. It's just like that. That's how you take over lookout posts. And one thing that I really like to kind of talk about when it comes into streaks in World War II, or really just streaks in Call of Duty in general, right, for titles that, of course, have had them, really, streaks can ruin perfection. If you make a solid rotation, a perfect rotation toward a certain hill, streaks can absolutely destroy any of that. If you lose a hard point, you're already set up for the next rotation, you're ready for a money hill, streaks come through, absolutely ruin all of your plans. So to me, streaks kind of act as a kind of a get-out-of-jail-free card, essentially, in a game of Call of Duty. And it just really kind of shows perfectly in that particular situation as Neonn goes for the jumping drop shot, as he's still got 2 streaks in his back pocket. Rain tells ProFeeZy to catch, as he'll end up headshotting him in the end. We've seen quite a few headshots and quite a few nade kills. As just as I say that, Stamino able to take down 2 with that. Is Hydra definitely playing a lot more solid than what we saw on the initial rotation. They were down, what was it, like almost like 50 to 10? They were in a 40 to 50 second lead, and they were just absolutely getting stopped at the beginning of this game, but Stamino begins to light things up. 2 kills found in bottom restaurant, and all 4 will be cleared. It looks like we will be seeing yet again another lead change, this time going the way of MG, and the rotation battle now is on. MG, after grabbing the scrap seconds, are now trying to make the rotation back toward Winery. Nade gets tossed out from Neonn just to try and stay alive for as long as he can. And be in mind here of Neonn, I want to stay on board with him off the side of this rotation. Does he use the streaks? Because now the opposition has those in their favor. The glide bomb comes forward from Phantomz, takes down KiSMET rather. And MG, after grabbing the time inside of restaurant, have now got the rotation in their favor. And just like that, 4 players fall thanks to Phantomz, or excuse me, Fighter Pilot rather, for opening things up. And now they quickly find themselves within 20 seconds. Mortar strikes, glide bombs abound as Zinx ends up getting taken down by a headshot from Stamino as he'll combine for 2. But streaks are not done with yet, and neither is Hydra. A last-second opportunity to rush inside of the hill, but Phantomz is going to be here. 28 and 19. Ends up getting dropped, but not for long. Big battle still being contested as Glory ends up dropping another kill, and this can actually be the game for them, I believe. They're going to have enough time to take this hard point. Only 1 second needs to be contested if you are the opposite side, and it looks like it's not going to take place. Midnight will grab all the remaining seconds when it came down to Winery and finish off this game as the victors, as they win this one 250 to, I believe, 203 seconds. A kind of solid showing. We really went back and forth from time to time, but I'm really interested to see when it comes to the hardpoint breakdown, really where the game started to come away from Hydra, because it looked like off the start they obviously played very, very slow. They started to kind of pick things up in Winery, and they started to kind of pick things up in Parking from time to time, but really MG just had the momentum in 2 out of the 3 rotations. Yeah, I was going to say, the rotation from Restaurant to Winery was pretty killer. It's fair to say. I mean, that really kind of destroyed their overall play just because of the factor of they were grabbing free seconds in Restaurant. As Hydra would set up, either streaks would come forward or just kind of a good collective team push would come in for Midnight and just totally spoil the party. So you see about 100 seconds collectively there from MG, or should be 200 seconds really collectively from the first 2 hills, and only about maybe, it's fair to say, like 80 to around 90 in total there from Hydra Gaming on those first 2 hard points. So really kind of tells the tale of the game. But you also got to take a look at Lookout Post. 6 seconds, Midnight? Really? Only 6 seconds on Lookout Post? Despite that, they win the game. But you can kind of see at certain moments where the guys from Hydra were starting to kind of pick things up on. And if you are right now Midnight, it's something to be looking out for. Of course, both these teams in practice heading into CWL Seattle. This is a lot of practice for these squads heading into that tournament. A lot on the line. Roster changes are still looming post-Seattle as well, so each team and really each player is trying to get as much valuable practice as they can. So maybe it would be a good idea for them to kind of watch back that VOD, kind of learn from their mistakes when it came to Lookout Post, and try to better themselves when it comes down to that particular hardpoint. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, the quarterfinals here of tonight's tournament. The UMG $200 minimum kicks off here in round, or should be quarterfinals rather, but in map number 2, round 1. Is loading in here for some search and destroy on USS Texas. If you're just joining us, it was Midnight Gaming who took map number 1, hardpoint on Saint Marie du Mont, 250 203. I think one thing is for sure, my pronunciation of Saint Marie has definitely improved as time has gone on, and so has KiSMET's sniper shot, dropping Glory for the first blood, as this will be a continuous fight to be looking out for, as USS Texas will continue to progress. Both players known for their sniper rifles, as the bomb does get planted early for the side of MG. One thing to be holding on to, despite dropping for the first blood and not having a whole lot of map control as well, because once they lose their sniper rifle, they have no vision over that bomb. So they start to feel a little bit less confident in themselves, but ProFeeZy has found himself behind enemy lines, drops one, but cannot find any more than that. That's the only kill that the side of MG will snag, rather. As you're going to see KiSMET, after finding 2 kills, will also be good for the defuse as well, giving the guys on Hydra an early round advantage. But be keeping in mind, right, that sniper battle for those first bloods is absolutely crucial, as Glory is going to be having, it looks like, the M19 ready to go. And we'll see if these boys can duel it out yet again. It looks like Glory going toward the B-bomb site. And so is KiSMET, who can get here first. It looks like it definitely will be Glory this time around, but going around that smoke, it looks like a B-bomb push is in. The objective right now is Glory up top. Narrowly takes down one, but has to reset. Double nades getting tossed out here at Rain, receiving the fire, quite literally. As it looks like KiSMET does take down one yet again, but Glory is there for a response, drops one, and also says hello to the second. The M19 coming into full force as he knows that someone is back here, tries to go for the leg shot. Where's Neonn at? He's presenting himself, and there is the third. One player remains. That's going to be Zinx, and Glory will find all for the ace in round number 2 as he gets it done all by himself. Fantastic plays coming in here from Glory as the ace, all with the sniper rifle, making it look all too easy. That's insane, man. Like, that's a way to respond yourself back when you lose a sniper duel, is to pick up 4 easy kills the next round. Do not want to miss with this man. Look at that. He's got his name on the gun. That's phenomenal. That's phenomenal. It's really... I've seen actually some awesome camo concepts from CWL, like kind of, you know, custom-made ones for like FaZe and Optic and United and whatnot. They actually look fantastic. There's some really creative people in the Call of Duty community when it comes to you know, emblem editing and all those things. It's really phenomenal to see like what creations and how creative people can really be. But players, of course, showing off their creativity. Recent patch also added the paint shop as well. It's nice to see that quickly and really finally being utilized. As KiSMET, though, going for an expiring shot. Neonn does take down Stamino. But with that, it's going to now be Neonn all by himself here. 1v2 for Hydra. Neonn is at least able to drop one. The hip-fire shots are good to go. But as we continue to attack the B-bomb site, I'm not sure if Neonn meant to go for a defuse, but accidentally goes for the reload, just based on his position. Like, why would he really kind of crouch there? Despite that, though, this is going to be a round secured regardless for the side of MG, as Phantomz will check the bomb quickly and will escape as well. But like I said, back-to-back rounds where on offense, that team attacking the B-bomb site, and really it's kind of been all in favor of the sniper player. Who's up top? Who can find the first bloods? Who can kind of clear out the vision, essentially, for the team? And it looks like Glory has actually earned himself a nice little glide bomb there. Looks like he's not going to have any vision, at least off the start of this round number 4. Attention actually being focused toward the A-bomb side, and Zinx is trapped. He's got players on his back and players at his fronts. And nade will end up taking him down as the early rush coming in through midship works out perfectly for MG. However, despite that, though, Glory has shifted his line sight now over toward A. And it works out very well for the guy. As back and forth we go, and Glory is already here, man. He's ready to go, and no one is challenging him. And they've got nothing to challenge him with. Finding the vision, double dolphin dives, and it looks like it will be Neonn who escapes. His dolphin dive was a little bit nicer, went a little bit farther, and manages to stay up. But you just see there, they're just trying to get away from Glory at all you know, points, at all possibility. But yeah, Neonn is on a force spree. He needs to be very wary of his life. He's not really ADSing. He's just kind of casually walking around. I'm not sure if he's just feeling incredibly confident or what really is the case here, but not much of a care in the world. If you're Neonn's point of view, like I said, the reason why I say that, he's on a force spree, right? He's got a lot going for him at the time, and there he'll take down ProFeeZy, and I believe that Glory somehow takes him out from the back. Let's see this, actually. Oh, look at this little line set from Glory. I mean, literally perfect place, perfect timing. I mean, that is like what? There's like maybe half a second left in the round. Once that kill goes through, and Glory just happens to pop up there and take him down, Glory is having himself a game. 9-2. Almost every single kill, or if not every single kill, has came with a sniper rifle. If that doesn't show you how viable that can be on USS Texas already, how the game's already been played, then I really don't know what else to tell you. I really don't. Glory, though, going for the aggressive rush off the break. Sniper rifle's not keen to be using in this particular situation, but we saw how viable MG were on defense with this exact same strategy that Glory is looking to try and counter. No one really showing anything for the time. ProFeeZy does have that smoke in his back pocket. Vince to toss it out. And question being, is that smoke just acting as a bait, or does he really try to go for the plant? It looks like it will act as a bait. Zinx will bite. Backs up and actually tries to go for the re-challenge. He has KiSMET, who somehow found himself in the enemy spawn with an interesting purple color on his weapon. I'm not sure what that is exactly. And now it's Zinx 1v2, or excuse me, rather 1v3, and isn't able to accomplish much, as it will be the man with the most interesting gamer tag of the game currently, Stamino, with the round-ending kill. As we will swap sides, and Hydra will kind of look at the current scoreline with probably a little bit of sadness, it's fair to say. And how can you not really be sad when you're looking at a camo like that? KiSMET, come on, man. Like, where's the creativity at? Like, he has some blue, and then what's that purple color? Like, come on, man. Yeah, swap to the sniper rifle. Get something going. It's been very difficult for him off the start, facing off against, like I said, Glory, man. 10-2, having a field day. And coming into the search and destroy, I mean, especially on USS Texas, I feel like I've casted MG so many times on this exact map, and the major thing to be worried about is the early first bloods that come in from ProFeeZy, his SMG presence, his fast reaction time inside a midship, along with the long-distance ability that Glory has with a sniper rifle. I mean, it's almost impossible to take these guys down in certain situations. Speaking of the fast-paced play, take a look at the kill feed for the moment. ProFeeZy, I believe, rocking with the WAF. And utilizes it well, as it will be Neonn last alive, 1 versus 3. But kind of getting back on my talking point really about Hydra, it has been their lack of presence in search and destroy, right? Their lack of ability in this particular game mode is definitely showing from time to time. In past tournaments, they've been relying heavily on their hardpoint, relying heavily on their CTF. The one tournament that they win, they clutch up in search and destroy. So if that's anything to tell a story of Hydra Gaming currently, it's a matter of winning the S&D, working on their search and destroys. It's going to play huge for them when it comes down to Seattle as well. So a lot to be keeping in mind, as it looks like along with a 5-1 advantage right now for MG, Glory also has a glide bomb in his back pocket. I believe Stamino also playing pretty solid as well. 4 kills in a row for him. And you've got ProFeeZy with the WAF. That's all there really is to be said, I guess. Here comes the glide bomb to help secure the plants. No kill found, but at least it will distance the enemy back as the plant is successful. And now it's about the retake from Hydra. Can they catch some type of momentum? That's the way to do it, KiSMET. A perfect beginning to the retake potential that we have right now. Right inside of a bottom ship, actually, ends up taking down one. Stamino able to respond, as he will now be left in a 1 versus 2. Keep in mind, the streak that he is on right now, if he takes down one more player, he could pop a streak. But there's one, and there's 2 for the game, but no, is not able to stay up. But does KiSMET have enough time to go for the defuse? I believe he is good, and we will at least be seeing a round number 8. So you lose a glide bomb if you're in Glory's case, if you're really in the case of MG, but at least you gain one back, right? For Stamino, he ends up taking down one player to secure those streaks just the nick of time. So Stamino does have a streak to rock with. As more and more positives right now for the side of MG, as KiSMET, like I said, with that sniper rifle, he's the reason why that retake was possible. Found the initial kill into Glory, and it's smooth sailing from there. Both players not wanting to reveal their position. It's the first blood not being found, at least with the sniper rifle as of yet. But here comes the glide bomb, actually from Stamino very early on. It's a pretty risky play to rock it on a defensive round, especially at the beginning. But it looks like Glory does get the best of KiSMET. As the 4th first blood has been found for MG. Stamino ends up taking down Neonn, and now it's going to be left all up to Zinx in a 1v3. Not going to go through, as yet again another tournament for Hydra, and another slow performance in the search and destroy as they lose this one 6-2. And really, off the bat of their loss, you have to say something about Glory's play. I mean, literally shows off, shows out with the M19, has a field day on USS Texas, and finishes off 14-3. 14-3. I guarantee you 95, 99%, something along those lines, of those kills, all were with the sniper rifle, right? All were with the sniper rifle. I mean, just literally totally tears apart the side of Hydra. And really, when you have a dominant sniper lingering on USS Texas, rotating from one side of the map, one lane of the map, to the other lane of the map, I mean, it was just a matter of Hydra really kind of running around with their heads cut off. Like, where do we go from here? Okay, we've lost our sniper player in KiSMET. Okay, he ends up dropping. We're now in a 3 versus 4, and we have no ability to help get the bomb down. They, to me, weren't utilizing smokes to the best of their ability. And then, like I said, when you're facing off against MG on USS Texas, you have the worrisome moment of the long-range fights because you have a very talented sniper player in Glory. And then up close, right now you have ProFeeZy, and they recently add Stamino to the lineup, which are both very aggressive SMG players. So that's also a thing to be worried about. It's like you don't really have an advantage when you face off against this team. You really have to be relying off of First Bloods or just clutch gunfights to go in your way. And obviously Hydra, not known for being a good search and destroy team. I mean, even loading into this map, I was pretty sure this one would be over in a scoreline like this. I was thinking 6-2, 6-3, nothing above like a round 10. And, of course, that's exactly what we see in this series. But, of course, Midnight have advanced themselves to the semifinals. Let's go and take a look at how the bracket is actually doing so far throughout the tournament. It looks like MG is the first team in our guaranteed Final Four as waiting to face off against the winner of Major Gaming and Righteous Mercs. Another interesting team name, it's fair to say. But, of course, team that we got to watch play a little bit earlier, Earthroot Gaming, is currently facing off against 164, and the numbers will continue as L40 is currently facing off against Forfeit Gaming. You know, Forfeit Gaming, I don't think it's the best team name in the world. I'm not sure if it's actually an official organization or not, but I'm actually hearing word that it is. So apologies, Forfeit Gaming. Just a little bit of a questionable brand. Like, I'm just imagining if you're like at Seattle or like you know, a certain tournament, and like over the speakers, it's like, yeah, and on booth 40, it looks like we have Forfeit Gaming going up against, I don't know, you know, Hydra. Like, that is, to me, just doesn't sound that good. You guys like the little voice I made there? I did too.